welcome to the Nevermind Podcast, episode 34, and it's Valentine's Day.
Every time.
Every time what?
You call it Valentine's Day.
No, it's just the accent. I really mean Valentine's Day. Well, you don't want them to see the laptop? You don't want them to see that beautiful laptop that I worked really hard on? That then you took over and stole?
You mean the laptop that you gave to me?
I don't remember giving it to you.
Our background is doing that weird thing again.
Well, yeah, every time we go stream, it stops right on pink, which I mean I guess is good for Valentine's Day.
I mean, that works.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about.
First off, happy Valentine's Day!
I already said that.
Well, I haven't.
Happy Valentine's Day. Anyways.
Happy Valentine's Day to anybody that's out there that's either celebrating with their significant other, or for those of you that don't yet have a significant other, that's perfectly okay too. You can still celebrate.
Yeah. Pornhub's got a good...
Oh my god.
a good theme going on right now. You can check that out.
I love how we've already gone into porn.
We always go to
we
porn
are
on this podcast.
less than a minute into our show, and we're already about on porn.
Hey, porn makes a lot of money on today.
On today?
For today. I mean, porn makes a lot of money in general, but it's a good... It's weird because, like, I could understand, like, a Valentine's theme for, like, porn sites or whatever, or even, like, videos. But, like, the last theme was Super Bowl weekend. And I'm just
weird.
Like... Yeah, it's just like...
Like football-themed porn?
Yeah, it was just... It felt like it was a stretch. It was just like... Oh, hey, it's the weekend and the Super Bowl's on and all your friends are over. You should have sex with them. And it's like, what? Hey, and a lot of them, too, were, like, food, like, related to. Like, oh, hey, look, Super Bowl snacks. We're gonna rub them all over each other's bodies.
Ugh. Can you imagine, like...
Like guacamole and shit like that, and, like, nacho cheese, and...
Can you imagine taking, like, a buffalo wing, like...
Yeah, or, like, a
like, hot wings
weenie.
And rubbing buffalo sauce all over you? Oh my god, that would burn.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, I actually support Valentine's Day themed Pornhub.
I do.
Chill out there? Alright. Preston's tired of me talking, so he's gonna move to the arm of the chair.
You can still kind of, if I move my pop, you can kind of see him. There he is.
He's like, motherfucker, why'd you move that?
But the thing that gets me is when they try to do, like, the porn for women, you know, yeah. Where they try to, like, water it down a lot, and they focus more on a story and more on, like, the sensuality of it.
It's like Skinamax or
but
like,
I don't get that.
Late night Showtime.
As a woman, I like regular porn. Like,
just
why do I
like grunting like gorilla sex? Like, you're just like, let's get it on.
I mean, I think there's a time and a place for everything.
So you're like, if I'm watching porn, I just want straight to business.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I don't...
Like, you don't want that, like, my car broke down and I need to use your phone.
No. Or, oh, the doorbell rings. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Oh, you have a package for me? Like, no, I don't care about that.
Yeah, I got a package for you, baby.
Right here.
But you gotta sign for it.
And by signing this, you also agree that if you get any STDs from me, that you can't sue me.
That's a very strange porn you're watching.
That is a very strange porn.
Or they're talking about STDs. Like, that just kind of takes me out of it.
No,
but I'm also interested.
Really.
Like, I still at the end, watch to the end.
Oh my god.
Like, wait, hold on. Does he have an STD?
Or was it all just a ploy to make it so that she wouldn't sleep with him?
Or was it all just, like, story?
I have this weird hair. For those of you that are watching, I have this weird hair. This one, right here. that's just kind of just hanging out there, and he just
Hmm.
keeps going. So I'm sorry, I'm playing with my
It
hair.
looks just like all your other hair.
I know, but it's just one little stringy piece. But
Anyways.
anyway, so but like porn for women, like why? Sure, there's probably some women out there that like watching that porn,
Yeah.
but I also feel like it's these stereotypical things that women like that all women are supposed to like these
I feel
things.
like that porn is for like the women who go out and buy the like erotic novels.
I
And
mean, men
like
read erotic novels too.
I guess yeah, that's probably true, but I'm just saying like women who are willing to put like more than an hour's worth of time to read about a buildup of some kind of sex scene,
Yeah.
like, or even just read about a sex scene. Like sometimes, like I'm just like let's get to it, let's watch it, like, or let's do it. But like some women just want to be like, and then he nibbled on her earlobe sensually and then whispered,
Well, like 50
"I'm all
Shades of Grey
yours."
shit. Like,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, your nipples are so hard. Like,
He opened the door and all I saw was dungeon stuff.
I felt. I felt the hot breath from his mouth
That reminds
just
me of
run down my neck, and it sent chills up my spine. Like,
Julie and I were looking at houses online,
oh my
and there
god,
was this like mansion where it was
it's
just
went viral.
yeah, I'm sure it did. Where you just like you're going through the pictures and you're like, oh my god, that's beautiful, it's lovely, and then it gets to the basement and you're like, you have to like take a second to go, wait, am I seeing this right?
Well, like you're just like, yeah, this is like a top-notch house. It's like a multi-million-dollar house in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's like 5 bedrooms and some odd bathroom. I don't know. But so yeah, you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so nice. It's open. I can look at all these different things. There's a gorgeous
Yeah.
staircase that's there." And you're like, "Okay, and like some things they may not be like the fanciest, like they didn't finish some of the decor in some of the
Yeah.
back areas or
Yeah.
whatever. But you're like, okay, whatever, I can work with it. If you have enough money
Yeah,
to
it's
buy
like
a
it's a
house like
mansion.
that,
You're like, I can forgive the
yeah,
interior design of
yeah,
this room.
exactly. But then you're just like you're paging through, and then you're like you get to the shots of the basement, and the first thing you see is you see this like wooden shaped object in the middle of the room. And you're like, what is that? And then you start noticing that there's like pieces of leather.
Yeah, there's like animal prints everywhere.
And it's like, well, yeah, first of all, their decor, I don't know what their obsession with animal rugs was.
Yeah.
But they had so many like bear pelts and different
they had
things.
Bear pelts, they had like, deer pelts.
Didn't they have a tiger one too?
Yeah, but the tiger one was like draped over the fucking sex bed.
The sex bed.
Well, they had like
what? I mean, besides sleeping, what else do you need?
Just to get right to it, you go to the basement, and there's like this bed, this mattress that's like on some kind of bed frame that looks like a fucking cage.
It has a cage underneath the bed.
Underneath the bed, and then there's like chains and stuff to like, so you can tie your wrists up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they had
restraints.
Restraints. And then they had this like cross like X thing where you can restrain somebody, and another like chair or whatever, and you're like, is this a fucking sex dungeon? And they're like, holy shit, this is a fucking sex dungeon. And yeah, we got comfy. And welcome to the show, zombie. Anyways,
hey.
So you're like, am I looking at a sex dungeon on a real estate website? And you go in, you look at the description, and they're like, oh yeah, the basement can be converted back to a comfortable room.
Yeah, they just like kind of glaze over it a little bit, like, oh, don't worry, you can still convert the downstairs back to whatever you want. And you're like, but why? Like, what?
Happy Valentine's
Day.
Yeah, we get one weekend we were working in the podcast room, just to quickly give you a story of why we're so comfy, is we were working really hard on the podcast, like doing like animations and what's it called, lower third graphics and stuff. And before, she had basically a school chair, and I had a shitty like $50 computer chair, and we sat in here for hours, like basically the whole weekend. And we finally
Yeah.
decided, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get some new chairs. And so we discovered that office chairs are very fucking expensive nowadays. And so I was just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go on Craigslist, which is basically like a worldwide garage sale, like a fucking.
I'm pretty sure they have Craigslist. I don't think
Oh,
that
do
you
they
need
have?
to.
Maybe they do. That they are. And we spent $50
You
for
haven't seen our new logo?
her chair and my chair. You haven't seen it, really?
Well, thank you. Either way,
Yeah,
but
thank you. So, anyways, that quick story. But yeah, so that I mean,
Aww. Are you feeling better now, zombie?
oh, you were sick last week. Oh yeah, we
We
were
missed
noticing that you
you.
weren't here. Um, anything? I know this is gonna be like boring to everyone else, but is there anything else in the current events?
Oh, nothing that I want to give airtime to.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
gonna
mean,
lie. I'm trumped out.
we're all like trumped out here. We're so tired of shit, and we're tired of talking about them. But I can't move because my fucking cat's right here. Um. Anyways, I was watching another conspiracy video. Don't worry, TikTok. Or, yeah, TikTok. The end is near. Anyways, I was watching this conspiracy video, and it was about how we have technology now that can all you have to do is speak a few sentences, and an AI can reproduce your voice and make you say anything.
Yeah.
And there's one, I think it's called Liar's Bird or something like that. That's like there was one that Adobe made called Voco, and I don't know if they still have it. They might have shut it down because they realized the legal tendencies and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one called Liar's Bird. That it's been around for a while. Musty says that or zombie foot gaming says that you just say like, I think it's like 10 sentences, and it could just go off of that and recreate your voice, and then all you have to do is just type in what you want to hear. And um I watched I watched Shane Dawson do it, and I watched somebody else do it. But basically, like, it's kind of like hit or miss. Some of them, they kind of sound like robotic-y,
Mhm.
but then others sound really good. And the I can't remember what his name was, but there's this guy who was basically showing it off as like a technology review like YouTube channel. And he's like, it's very eerie because it sounds exactly like me. And he's like, and he typed in, I am so and so, and I assassinated the president. And it sounded just like he just said it. And Shane Dawson in his video, he thought that it sounded too robotic-y, but then he also realized that if you were to use it, say, on the phone, people, like, their brains are just trained to, like, kind of know that, oh, it's on the phone, that's why it sounds kind of analog-ish or whatever, like a robot or whatever. And so he would call a bunch of people, and people would think it was him. And so it was very weird. And I thought maybe if I could somehow make it, either we could do it this episode or we could do it next episode, but like just try it out and see if it would sound like us. Maybe probably for next episode, because you have to do the 10 sentences, and then it's got to train the voice is what it says is what it's called. But I thought maybe next episode we can start the intro with the Liar's Bird like King Cord voice, and see if people would like think it's me or not. What do you think?
I mean, we definitely could. I think, speaking of the intro, you're getting really close to finishing that.
By really close, you mean getting to the first scene and then not knowing how to cut that scene and go to a new one? Then yes.
You are 10 times further than you were last week, though.
That is very true.
And I'm still working on the outro. The outro won't be as hard as your intro. Um, but yeah, definitely. We're still working on that. So just so you guys know, we will get that going. Um, we are using After Effects, Adobe After Effects. And let's see here.
I don't know why Siri like just my we had to upgrade our phones. And by had I mean I made Julie upgrade our phones.
And I went
converted
from,
her from
Android to iPhone.
Mostly because she stole my Mac and so she fell in love with my Apple products.
Yeah.
But we got Apple Watches with a deal with getting the new phones, and for some reason my Siri doesn't even need a Hey Siri. Like I was like this morning I was yelling at my kid to get ready for school. I was like, "Come on, get ready!" And I looked down, and my watch is like repeating everything to me, and I'm like,
if you push and hold it, it also activates it. So like if you like bend your, it's I don't know.
Well, like I was just sitting here.
If you have hands like Gumby,
it was just laying here, and it just started reading me everything you were saying. But anyways, let's catch up.
The power of Christ compels me.
They used AI to replicate words used. I remember seeing a video from Obama. That's right. Jordan Peele, I think, even did one where he did his impression of Obama, and it was even the software where there's software now that you can like
overlay
put
I don't know what
celebrities' faces on any body.
Yes. And
so I think he put Obama's face on his body, and at the end of the video, they're like, especially since I am Jordan Peele and not Obama. See, what do you use to edit? Adobe After Effects and Premiere and Photoshop. The power of Christ crumpets me.
Oh my god.
Compels me. Sorry.
Crumpets. Tea and crumpets, please.
Jesus Christ. They have software available on Adobe CC.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting because Adobe, before Liarsburg came out, Adobe made theirs called Voco. And they did it at some like technology like conference. It was getting fun. Sorry, zombie. Anyways, so they did it at a convention where they did it like live, where they're like they took the audio from some like host talking, and then they made him say a bunch of like shit that he would never say, and everyone at there was like, "This is kind of scary. You know, we can get in a lot of trouble with this, can't we?" So, yeah. I just wanted to bring it up. I thought maybe we could test it out. Maybe like we'll do the Liarsburg version. Maybe next
episode or something. I just had to point out, since Zombie's here, that we were talking about our Apple products and Siri, and I just want to point out that you made your Siri have a British accent.
What's wrong with that?
I just think it's funny.
I like the British accent.
I mean, it sounds cool. I like when I hear Musty talk too. It's awesome. I like he probably thinks that we have some crazy accent too, but I like the British accent.
Although it's funny because here in America, they think the people in Midwest or from Nebraska in general don't have accents at all.
See?
Yeah, see, I didn't even touch it.
No, I definitely have heard that Midwestern accent, a lot of times people think that we're from like Minnesota.
Really?
Or Wisconsin.
So I feel like Minnesota and Wisconsin have like such a pronounced and
see, that's what I think too. But
different sound. I don't see how we sound like them. But
it used to be when I worked. For side note, my Siri has an Irish accent because I find Irish accents amazing. If any of you are Irish out there,
gonna take offense with that.
I love British accents, but I love Irish accents even more.
Oh yeah.
They're just so adorable, and I just want to squeeze them because I love their voice, and I just want to steal their voice.
Accents in America baffle zombie.
They baffle you.
It's
what in the world?
The same could be said about British accents from north to south. Things change so much.
Well, and you guys have a lot. So, like, from my understanding, in the United Kingdom, you've got quite a few. What do I want to call it? Like slang terms or whatever that only fellow Brits know. Whereas if you're trying to say those things to us, we're not going to have any idea what you're talking about. So there's like there's English and there's English. Like
I might know. I mean I watched Top Gear.
Oh my fucking god!
Top Gear from BBC. Oh my gosh, you broke it.
I don't know if you guys can see that. I just broke the chapstick.
We have slang from Brits, but then we have slang for regions.
Yes, exactly. So, like, Northern UK might have slang for something than Southern would, or I'm probably making a fool out of myself.
It's the same thing for us, too. Like, you know, you go to Texas and you're like, what are you talking about?
Well, just like, yeah, so an example of that is, for example, it's just a little bit different, but the whole soda versus pop versus a Coke, like terminology here, they all mean similar things. It's just that in some areas they say soda, some places they say pop, and then I think it's in the South, if I believe, is that you just order a Coke, and that's not like a brand of Coke, that's just pop. So they're like, what kind of Coke do you want? And you're like, the Coke kind? like
the regular kind?
And they're like, okay, but what do you want? Whatever. Yeah, so you get it. But it's probably something similar like that. But we have gotten so off topic already. We're not even talking about romance anymore.
This podcast is nothing but being off topic.
That's true.
So I could say, but would, and to Londoners, to Londoners, and they would look at me like a dog who had been shown a card trick, but to someone in Yorkshire, it means close the door.
See, like, phrases like that if you tried to tell an American that, they'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with having those different ways of saying things, and I think that's awesome that language can be so many different things to so many different people and changes so much from location to location. But yeah,
like I found out when I was in New York that they don't call them bathrooms, because if you call them bathroom, they expect a bath or a shower in there.
Oh really?
So they call them the toilets, like public restrooms. So it's like, oh, you want the toilets?
Sorry, I just read the chat.
The word cunt here means I love you.
Oh, cunt.
Jeez. I'm pretty sure he's joking about that.
Well, I use that term as a loving term for you. I like to call people cunts. I do. I actually do.
I'd like to hear you call somebody cunt in real life.
You're not joking?
You're not.
He says
really?
He's not.
That's funny.
But that is like one of my favorite curse words to use. Is like, cunt. You cunt. You dirty cunt. Favorite word in the world. I love that word.
Favorite word. All right, so what else did you want to talk about today for Valentine's Day? Valentines.
I kind of wanted to go back. If you remember, quite a few episodes ago, you guys
remember everything.
You remember everything, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few episodes ago, we talked about like the 5 love languages or whatever. You took the test.
Back with Nixit when we did the online test.
Yeah. And I just wanted to kind of circle back to that. Part of me thought about trying to have us retake that, but life happened and we didn't have time for that. But I
never found out yours. We could do yours if you want.
I took it while you guys were live.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Oh, what'd you get? What'd you get, Joy?
I don't remember. We can work on that. We can circle back on that in a little bit, and I can find out.
In a little bit.
Yeah, I can find out what mine was.
I think that wasn't that Personality Day or like personal?
Yeah, it was like I want to say like in episode 7 or 8.
I think it was Personality Day. Anyways, so you wanna do that, or you wanna? Let me quickly go through to here. One. It probably is not even on the Twitch anymore. Go through. No, because it goes through 29.
It'd be on the YouTubes.
Be on the YouTubes where I don't have anything muted, so we're probably gonna hear a bunch of shit.
As long as it's not porn, we're good.
As long as it's not porn.
Or talking about.
We can go to Pornhub.
Or not talking about gender identity.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
I don't want to go into too much detail because
I think if we get banned from Twitch for talking about it, we'll just move to YouTube. I mean, it's even more wild west there on YouTube, where people are getting demonetized and channels deleted.
Scroll up.
Getting to know your host.
8.
Episode 8. Getting to know your host.
I was right. I said 7 or 8.
Let's check this out. Hold on. Get this real quick. Join King Cord 1 and Nixit as they take the love language, the Rice Purity, Myers-Briggs, and D&D alignment test to get to know your hosts.
It is Thursday, so we could do a throwback Thursday.
That was Taco Thursdays.
That's Taco Tuesdays.
Oh.
God damn it. You cunt.
We use the 5languages.com, ricepuritytest.com, 16personalities.com, and wizards.com. So if you guys want to find out your personalities and your love languages and things like that, that's where we went. Or you could just go ahead and check out episode 8 on YouTube. Otherwise, I mean, do you want to try it? Do you want to do a love language?
No, I don't have my personal results, but I do remember that my acts of service was one of the top ones that I had.
Like, you find people doing services for you.
So, like, you doing the dishes for me?
The one thing I haven't done yet.
Well, I was just giving an example. I wasn't, rubbing it in.
The dishes.
Or, like, when you change cat litter for me, or those kind of things. Those are ways that you show me that you love me.
Which is funny because I just do it because I get tired of seeing it or smelling it.
Another was, I know one of my highest ones also was words of affirmation. Like, so you telling me that you love me or whatever. I remember that most of them were all high ranked. There's 5 different results you can get. Like, there's your top 5. Well, it's 5 love languages, and whatever.
Yeah.
And it sorts them. And I remember, like, my top 3 or 4 were identical. Like, I got the same results pretty much on them. And then the very last one, my 5th one, I had, 0. So the results you could get for the 5 different love languages are either words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, or physical touch. And I can tell you that receiving gifts was the one that I had gotten a 0. But
you don't like getting gifts.
I like getting gifts, but does that make me feel... I don't know. It doesn't necessarily make me feel the romance, I know
mine was, I didn't... Receiving and giving gifts wasn't mine at all. I think mine was just, you performing...
You were, I think, physical touch.
Physical touch, and I think verbal affirmation or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting.
I definitely recommend for anybody watching or listening, if you haven't taken a 5 love languages test,
especially if
it's been a while,
if you're like getting into a relationship or thinking about starting a relationship, it's really good to know where you're at.
Or even if you're just your relationship's going fine, you just want to strengthen it further and understand the other person better.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are having a rough patch right now, and maybe you do need to
maybe
work on things.
Relationship is shit, and you're like, what's the problem? And you find out, oh, she likes it when you change the cat litter and do the dishes. Maybe you should do that.
I mean, you're kind of like implying that we had a shit marriage until you started changing cat litter and doing dishes.
Yeah.
No.
That was the problem. That was it. As soon as I found that out, I mean, I didn't have to buy her a diamond ring. I didn't have to buy her fancy jewelry every Valentine's Day. I just had to change the cat litter. I mean, I wasted thousands of dollars on that.
No, I'm just not. Just in general, I'm not the type that is too big on giving or receiving gifts. Like, to me, it's much more of a gift just to spend time together. Yeah. Like, whether that's Valentine's Day, birthday, any holidays, whatever. To me, that's the most important thing, is quality time together. Either I think both as like a family, but also like in our relationship, just you and I having time to just sit and either just chill out and decompress from the day, or just sit and talk to each other. I mean, a lot of times I feel like you hear about couples that they just don't talk to each other. They don't talk about anything. And then it kind of makes that little dent for them to start like putting a wedge between them and growing apart, you know? Mm-hmm. I think that's a huge thing in any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or not, is that communication and conversation.
Yeah.
Even about things that don't seem to matter. Like,
it's just,
if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, price is not a issue. If you could go anywhere in the world, one trip, one destination, where would you go?
As like vacation, or like to go there and live?
Just like a vacation.
Like, how long's a vacation?
I'm gonna punch you. Are we gonna turn this romantic podcast into me beating you down?
Domestic abuse podcast.
Domestic abuse is not a laughing matter. That's no.
It's really hard for me because there's like two places that I really want to go in the world. They're kind of like equal.
Do you see this look I'm giving you right now?
Yeah. I'd like to go to Japan.
Where in Japan?
Oh, like Tokyo.
Tokyo? You gonna do some drifting?
Yeah. Gonna drift down that mountain.
Tokyo. So, why do you want to go to Tokyo?
I don't know. I just always wanted to go. Mostly because I like the culture, I guess. I want to see like their neon lights and stuff. Like, I've seen New York and everything, like their big city, and I've seen Vegas and stuff. So I want to go see like Japan's big city. I want to see it in its full stature, whatever the fuck you want to say. But yeah, I just want to like, in particular, I want to go to that giant intersection where like as soon as the walk signs come on, it's just like a giant fucking crowd of people just start like crisscrossing.
I'm pretty sure that's like every intersection.
Maybe it is, but it's fucking...
Because you can get burgers out of vending machines, that's what a zombie says.
Or you can get like, you can get girls' underwear out of vending machines. God. You can rent like a hotel room, which is just basically like a crawl space with a little mattress. Like those are like vending machines. Like, you just pop in, like here's like 50, 100 yens.
He says, and Takoyaki, I'm assuming is how you pronounce that, which is the best food in the world. Octopus balls. Here you go. Have a plate of balls.
I mean, I love Japanese food. I love Chinese food, and I love Asian cuisine. So yeah, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Tokyo, Japan. So where's your place gonna be?
It's tough.
Oh, all of a sudden now I say, oh, I have two places. And
I didn't say I had two places. I just said it's a tough decision.
Okay.
I said it's a tough decision.
You had to pick one place today. After right after we end the podcast, we're going to the airport and we're leaving.
I think that I would like to go to Rome.
Oh, Rome, huh?
Mhm. I have been to Venice, and I loved it in Venice for a number of reasons. I just loved everything. Our cat just howled off camera. I don't know if you guys could hear that. But yeah, I've been to Venice, and I loved the people, the weather, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the food was delicious. I feel like I should be Italian at heart. Venice does stink a little bit when I was there.
What's it stink? Is it kind of like New York, where it's like a mildewy?
Kind of, yes. So in Venice,
the rainforest at the zoo.
In Venice, yeah, at the Omaha Zoo, where it's that kind of wet dog kind of smell.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that when they have garbage or whatever, they just their actual streets are very small in Venice. Narrow? They're very narrow. If you let I left Mario outside for a while. The streets in Venice are really small. Primarily in Venice, they have a lot of waterways that they use to get around.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be traveling on foot. That's pretty much because when I was there, I don't even think there was any roads wide enough to even drive a car on.
It was mostly just like bicycles.
Yeah, there was a lot of bicycles,
so
scooters.
Bicycles or gondolas.
Scooters or gondolas or by foot. I honestly don't think that people that live there use gondolas. I think that's just
because they all know it's fucking highway robbery.
Well, because the gondoliers, you have to negotiate your price with the gondoliers, and especially if they know that you're American, they're going to charge you a ton of money because they know that you're there and you want to ride a gondola. I mean, it's just business. But if you say, when I was there, we were trying to negotiate a price with one of the gondoliers.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't remember the amounts he said, but he named an amount, and we're like, no, that's too much. He named another two amounts that were a little bit lower. We're like, nope, that's still too much per person. And so we start walking away, and then he's shouting out lower prices and keeps going. And then we turn around and we're like, okay, that's low enough. And turn around and got on there. So they negotiate, but they're definitely going to start out at their top dollar.
Yeah.
To try to get that. But
50 euros.
I liked Venice a lot. I thought there was a lot of cool, anywhere you go, there's a lot of cool experiences. I just really enjoyed the experiences I had while I was there, and I have pretty good memories from there, from when I was there, circa 2007. But
that was a high school thing, wasn't it?
That was, yes, Nebraska Ambassadors of Music. We did a European tour and went to 7 countries in 16 days, I believe. 7 countries. We started out in London, and then we went to Paris, and then we went to Switzerland, I think, and then we did a day trip to Venice. We also were in Liechtenstein very briefly.
Yeah.
And Austria, and then we flew out of Germany.
Which one is it that's a 10-minute bus ride and you're out of the country?
That would be Liechtenstein.
South Africa is a trippy place. Ate horse and watched racism like you wouldn't believe. Beautiful place though. It is actually like South Africa is pretty racist.
Yeah, due to apartheid.
What? What? You got me there.
Basically segregation.
Yeah, like you. I didn't think there was segregation or racism really in Africa because I thought we were the racist ones who like ruined that shit for them.
But it's because of the settlers that went to Cape Town, I believe, South Africa, and settled there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so it went on.
Well, like there's a documentary, or I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it was like last year called, what was it called? Dark Vacations or something like that, where it's like, or Black Vacations, where it's basically the people go on these vacations to deadly and scary places just for the thrill of like, I might die here today. And this guy went to South Africa where he stayed with a white family who were like basically they looked like doomsday preppers, but they were prepping for when the black people take over. And then like he'd go talk to the black people and they're like, we're not gonna take over. I don't know why they think that. But it was very fucking strange to watch. You should check it out. I think it's like Death Vacations or Dark Vacations or something like that. But it's a guy from New Zealand. He's like a journalist from New Zealand, and he just went on these random trips to like places where it's very deadly. Beautiful place though. There was a circle and the bars where you had to stand to drink if you were black. You can't drink out of bottles if you are white. It's very strange.
It's
very strange to me.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of comment on that because I don't agree with it whatsoever. But
no.
Myself as one individual who's a Caucasian individual that has a lot of white privilege.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You
shut
got
up.
A lot of white privilege.
Shut up. I feel like all I can do is disagree with it completely and wholeheartedly.
I don't know if maybe you get this feeling too, but I sometimes get this feeling where I think it's wrong. I think it's very wrong, like racism and stuff. But I also feel like if I were to like stand up and say, "Hey, no, knock it off" or whatever, like I feel like somebody would like call me out on my shit or whatever. Like somebody would like,
I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know where I'm going with it either. I feel like if I were to like try to say something or whatever, that I would get backlash from the party I'm trying to defend. Like, where the fuck were you like 1,000 years ago or whatever? Like.
I'm sorry. Like, how many years ago?
Or like, how are you gonna help me? Like, you can't. You can't really help me.
I think it's just one of those things that with any of those political or social issues like that, I think that it just takes one person at a time to say, no, that's not acceptable. I don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you're going to get to a point where the majority believes that. And once there's a majority with that, they can squash out most of it. But with anything, we know that's not going to be. Yes. You're right, Zombie.
A long time ago now, but things have barely changed. Yeah, I feel like, I really want to go over there and be like, I want to go over to South Africa and like kick out all the white people, but then I'm also being racist to white people. I'm like, get out of here! This isn't your country.
I think that having the mentality of get out of here, this isn't your country, is the reason that we're in all the messes that we are in today.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody should have a right to go wherever they want, whenever they want, stay for however long they want, whatever. That's just my opinion. Feel free if you guys feel differently. That is perfectly fine. That is your right to have a different opinion than me.
Zombie says, if you kill a black person in certain parts, nothing really happens. But if you kill a lion, you'll be in jail before dinner. Unless you're a very rich dentist.
Oh my god.
Unless you're a very rich dentist.
Cecil.
I just saw something the other day about it.
There's a that's a whole nother podcast.
That's another podcast.
But yes, that just right there. Like, I think that I'm definitely a strong believer in animal rights, but I don't think that we should be valuing an animal above a human necessarily. I think we should be on an equal playing field. I think that like that life of that lion is just as important as a life of a person, regardless of their skin color and everything, you know. That's where I stand on that.
If you wait, hold on. Well, that I actually don't disagree with. If you read into how it happens and why it happened. I don't really know what you're talking about. You know what he's talking about?
I think it was something that you had said.
Oh, about
Cecil.
Cecil
was an old lion and was killing other lions.
Oh yeah. But he was also like their mascot lion. Like he was like the top of the line. He's like, when you're king, you're king. You know?
All right,
you know what
and
I mean?
So moving on. You think of a question. What's another question?
When you put me on the spot, it doesn't work. It always helps pay for villagers to eat.
What are you?
I don't know. He's making it very awkward for me. Anyways, yeah.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what superpower would you choose?
That's like the most random ass question ever.
And go.
I think we already talked about that. I said flying.
Did we?
Yeah, because Nixon and I talked about it. I said flying, and I think Nixon said.
Well, I'm not Nixon.
Well, what's your power?
I would.
The power to make people shit themselves on command. That's a good power.
That reminds me of the South Park episode where it's the frequency that makes
the brown note.
Yeah, that makes people poop their pants.
Where they try so hard to figure out what the brown note was.
It's a tie between either the ability to time travel and the ability to teleport. I think I like both of those. Both of which would really help me because I am notoriously late no matter where I go.
Time travel is also kind of a form of teleportation, isn't it?
Not really, because teleportation is more going from one location to another, whereas time travel would be changing where you're at in the fabric of space, like the time. What?
I guess so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure your eyes just glazed over when I said that.
No, because I was like, well, I guess that's true. Teleporting means that you can be somewhere instantaneously, where teleporting is you had to have been there at some point in time.
You mean time travel for the second part?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you can't like time travel to work and instantly be on time.
Right.
You have to be hope that you went on time and like.
For me, I think teleportation is probably the winner.
Because I would personally take teleportation too, because then you don't have to worry about ever being late anywhere.
You don't have to worry about traffic. You don't have to worry about buying plane tickets nowhere.
Yeah.
You think about that. Think about all that time.
You can actually have like mornings, like a longer morning to yourself. Like
I wouldn't have to leave a half hour ahead of time to get to work on time.
Or some people even have to leave earlier than that.
Yeah, especially in like the major metropolitan cities.
Yeah, like in New York, where some people have to live outside of the city but work in the city.
And that's exactly why a lot of people end up just walking, because it's faster for them to walk somewhere than it is to drive.
Yeah.
which is crazy to me. We in Lincoln, Nebraska here, it's nice that we can actually we can get all over our town within 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes, you can get from one side of the town clear to the other side of the town.
The only time it sucks, though, is in winter, where everyone loses their fucking minds whenever it snows.
Speaking of, we have another snowpocalypse coming.
Another one?
Yes, another one.
Oh my god.
DJ Khaled.
That reminds me of the meme where it's DJ Khaled leaning up against a doorway. Yeah. And it's black and white and it says, "That's a nice track you got there. I sure would like to yell my name on it." It's so funny.
DJ Khaled.
Anyways,
don't sue us.
No, come to the show.
But yeah, come on the show. I know that he likes to interact with his fans a lot, so feel free to guest on our show anytime. You are more than welcome.
But do not bring a candle and an air horn, please.
Yeah, we saw what you did on the 4. You about burned that place down.
That was actually quite hilarious.
But yes, we do have another snowpocalypse coming this weekend. We have tomorrow.
Just when I thought it was starting to warm up and go.
Yeah, so we had Groundhog Day, and the groundhog did not see his shadow, which was supposed to mean that we have an early spring.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the final hurrah. I don't know.
This is Mother Nature's last fucking.
Fuck you, last jab before she gets the fuck out of here and gives us warm weather.
Yeah, before she leaves us.
But I think. So I heard that tomorrow we're supposed to get anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snow. And then
everyone has to get bread and milk.
All day Saturday and all day Sunday it's going to continue snowing. And we're supposed to get an additional 2 to 4 inches on top of that.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be fucking disgusting. You might have to send help if you don't hear from us or see us post on social media in a couple days. Send help.
Yeah.
Send help, send snacks.
Well, especially since I work, send snacks.
Send snacks.
I work in the middle of the night and I have to drive in that shit too.
Yeah.
And
this
it's
is your
funny.
Weekend to work.
Yeah. Well, I got Monday off because of the holiday.
That's true.
So,
but it'll all be cleaned up.
I still have to work the weekend. I was gonna say it's especially funny. It doesn't even matter if it's the middle of the night. If it starts snowing or if it's starts winter storm, everyone gets up at whenever it's snowing and they're gotta be somewhere right now. Gotta be there yesterday.
It's like they're just sleeping and all of a sudden they hear. Just faintly, they hear the first snowflake just hit the side of their hit the sidewalk outside.
I imagine,
and then they're like, "Oh, snow! Okay, gotta go."
No, the way I imagine it is, they look like alarm clocks, but they go off whenever there's a weather alert. And they go,
a weather radio.
Sure, maybe that's what they're called.
That is what they're called.
It's usually for people in the Midwest, or I guess they could have them on the coast too, where if there's a hurricane or a tornado or whatever.
Or high tides or whatever.
And it goes off really loud and blows your fucking eardrums and it's there's a tornado, blah. I imagine people here in the Midwest.
You just reminded me of, what's the guy's name from Futurama?
Zoidberg?
Zoidberg.
What maybe Zoidberg. Anyways, I imagine everyone in the Midwest.
You actually did that voice really well. I feel like we need to hear that again at some point.
Which is funny because it feels like it's 30 years ago since I've watched Futurama.
Really? It has not been that long, but
I imagine everyone in the Midwest has a weather alert radio. And as soon as the first snowfall is oh, they got snow, everyone's fuck. Well, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go get bread and milk.
I'm triggered.
And another thing is everyone who has a 4-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive pickup in this town is what? Snow? Oh, I have to go show off how fast I can go in the snow.
Yeah.
and so they always blow by you, and like I'm doing 25 in my box truck trying to survive, and these asshats in an F-150 or F-250 just go 80 miles an hour.
I love how when you're talking about driving, like when you're driving in the truck, and every time you make it look like you're like an 86-year-old driving in like an old jalopy, like.
That's how it feels sometimes.
Like just going along. It's like. Yeah.
Oh, gotta go crank the engine again.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's funny too, because like the last time we had a snowstorm, I saw this guy. It was like a super duty fucking souped up diesel, and he goes 80 miles an hour going right by me, and then I see him just slide right through a fucking intersection because he's everyone in this town's too fucking stupid to realize, oh, 4-wheel drive, I can get up and go, but my brakes aren't 4-wheel drive, and I just start sliding like an asshole. And so, yeah, like I just watched him slide right through the intersection. And if it wasn't for all the other small cars that couldn't fucking get up and go, he would have probably caused an accident. But anyways, that's another little rant, my little winter rant. I'm sure Zombie loves to hear all the time. Or he took off.
I think Zombie took off.
Zombie's pissed off that we talked about Cecil the Lion.
No,
anyways,
if
you're still here, I'm gonna mail your package this weekend. I've just decided today. I'm gonna send that out. I'll give you a little love letter.
He'll seal it with a kiss.
You're probably gonna get the Pez in a second package too. So
I'll give you a second package.
I don't know. How long do you think that'll take? Do you think it'll take like a week to get to him? Maybe 2?
You're just ignoring my comment?
What would you say?
I just made a very sexual comment to you.
You'll take my package?
I'll take a second package.
No, you're implying that you want another person. You want a threesome.
I don't not want a threesome.
Well, I want a threesome too, but I don't want another package involved.
Well, that is just genderist.
Wow.
I'm not going to call it sexist. I'm going to call it genderist.
Genderist?
Yes. Yes. Because what is wrong with another package? If you can have another female package, you can have another male package as well.
So now it's an orgy? We're gonna have another
sure.
A woman and another man?
I'm sorry, did you say another?
Another?
Lisa, can I have some more?
May I have some more? It's very weird.
Well, I said this was going to be like a special Valentine's Day episode. That we
went everywhere but Valentine's Day today.
We
I was going to ask you if at your work if they did Valentine's. Did you guys like pass out like little cards that you stayed up all night cutting and candy? And...
ain't nobody got time for that. I will tell you though, there's always on Valentine's Day, there's a ton of flower deliveries and warm cookie deliveries and all sorts of things. I know you were going to try to do a warm cookie delivery.
This morning I got on a warm cookie and I was like, I'm going to surprise you. Make
for those that are not from our area, basically it's exactly like it sounds.
It's just
they deliver a box of warm cookies, fresh baked out of the oven. They're still nice and gooey, that they deliver to whoever you want with a message.
And I got on to order, and it was like, as soon as I got into like the online order page, it prompts a message that says, all of this week and next week, all scheduled deliveries have been filled. Sorry.
Yeah. So, you started a little late on your planning because I ordered earlier this week and it had already said that they were full.
I guess I didn't know that there's specific delivery times that when they're filled, they're filled. Like there's like I thought it was like a Pizza Hut thing where it's just like you put in your order and as soon as they get to it, they get to it.
No, they have like scheduled time slots or whatever, but yeah, so there's a ton of those deliveries that showed up today. Not as many as normal, which begs the question, are people just either A, not sending as many gifts, or B, not in relationships, or C, pissed off at their significant other.
It's probably C.
Probably C. I don't know. There wasn't quite as many as there normally was this year. I don't know about you. Flowers are beautiful, but they don't last forever. And
yeah, I never understood flowers. Like I could see flowers for like high school. Like when they in high school they have like this certain person walk around who's like, get a rose for $1, $12 for a bouquet, and you can send it to anyone.
I do like the idea. One of my coworkers shared in our Facebook Messenger chat today that I do like the idea of what are called wagograms.
The fuck is a wagagram?
It's they bring dogs in that are dressed up all cute and then Valentine's Day costumes, and they come in and you get
the dog?
No, but you get to pet them and cuddle them in your workplace.
Sounds messy.
No, you get to have fun cuddles with a
these
puppy.
Like people's dogs that they like?
Yeah.
Is this like an Uber thing where you sign up on your phone and you
I think so. I didn't read a whole lot about it yet.
That sounds weird.
They're called wagograms, and I think they're people's dogs, or I think sometimes they also use adoptable dogs. So, excuse me, so that like, you can.
You like this dog? You can adopt it.
Yeah.
We'll throw the outfit in for free. So your dog can wear that until it grows out. I like the what is it called? The edible
arrangements.
Yeah, I like the edible arrangements because
yes,
those are practical.
No. They are practical enough that you could because you can eat them and get something out of them other than just looking at it. However, I have never received an edible arrangement, I should say, but from what I've heard, they're usually so large that you can't finish them all by yourself.
Well, I feel like they're meant to be shared, though.
What if you're
the one I got
by myself?
Are you trying to get us copyrighted?
Don't wanna be.
All this audio is gonna be on Twitch. All this audio is gonna be muted.
I know, right?
You're welcome.
I just blessed your ears with some amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I got a small one, and it was mostly melons
you don't have a
and
small
strawberry.
One.
You always do that.
That just made me so happy.
Seriously, you've like turned into like a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I'm at my sexual
It used to be you hated that when I did it. And you hated anything like that. And then out of nowhere, it flipped and I don't do it.
I had a sexual awakening.
And you just do it like every fucking day.
I'm sorry.
In front of people.
Yeah.
Everyone on the podcast now. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, ain't no shame. Don't you slut shame me.
I'm not slut shaming you.
Don't you slut shame me, you cunt.
What the fuck?
Are you slut shaming me?
No.
I feel like you're lying, you dirty cunt.
No. I just slut shame. I'm just commenting on some things that I
Let us know in the chat. Is King Cord slut shaming me?
Yeah.
Please send hate mail.
Loreline, let us know in the chat since you're the only one there.
Watching live, there are plenty of people that will listen or watch this later.
So then they need to let us know on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook.
Send all sorts of hate mail to King Cord.
Why hate mail?
Or love mail, whatever.
Or love mail.
I mean, it is Valentine's Day after all. They could send plenty of love mail.
So what do we have planned for Valentine's Day dinner? Do you have anything planned?
Nothing planned.
Are you gonna take me somewhere special?
When do you take me somewhere special?
Well, this is my day.
Excuse me?
This is Valentine's Day. It's my day.
It ain't just your day.
But I mean, I tried to make a good gesture, but I couldn't. But now it's your turn to make a good gesture to me.
My good gesture is by coming onto the podcast every single week and putting up with your bullshit.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's Day, dear.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but...
Oh, I haven't done this for a while. Ta-da. Anyways, yeah.
Look at that gorgeous ponytail that you're rocking today. You look pretty fucking sexy.
I know, it's starting to come in pretty good.
You gotta turn to the side so that the people at home can see it.
You look like a retard.
Hey, don't say that word.
I'm sorry.
And you said it on air now, too. Now you're really gonna get hate mail.
No. What should we say instead of the R word?
What? I don't know. Why do you have to say it at all?
We need a good replacement for it.
Why do you have to say it at all? I'm gonna punch you.
Well, no. This is a serious matter.
Why do you even need to say it in the first place? There's so many other things that you can say.
You gotta have some word to express how doing something stupid.
You have plenty of words in the English vocabulary.
And I'm asking help to find one.
Get a dictionary.
Okay.
A thesaurus, maybe.
What if I said if I look stupid?
That's better.
Better?
I mean, I don't think you look stupid, but that's a better way to put something rather than saying the word you did.
Family Guy uses mentally hilarious.
Zombie's back!
Alright, I'll use mentally hilarious. But then everyone will be like, oh, you're a Family Guy.
Oh my god.
From now on, I'll use mentally hilarious, okay?
You do you.
You do you, boo. Mm-hmm.
You do you, baby boo.
Why'd you put baby on? That's weird.
That's how you say it.
No, you just say boo. You do you, boo.
I'm sorry. Can you do the neck thing again?
You do you, boo. What if you put baby in there?
Rooms. That's okay. We're just glad that you came back to us.
Yeah, thank you for coming back. We were very lonely and things got really awkward. Anyways.
I beat him up while you were gone. I punched him a few times.
You just now turned this into a domestic abuse episode. Can't believe you. Alright, bye guys.
He says, damn it! You missed out on the main attraction.
Of us fumbling around to find something to talk about. Anyways, to go back a little bit, still I keep making promises with you guys.
Zombie told me to.
Do it again.
You can take it.
You can take it. I made a promise that I was gonna do the intro, have it done. I've been taking classes on Skillshare. No, we're not sponsored by Skillshare. But I'm finding out that it takes a lot.
It's not hard. It's just a matter of you have to literally go in and do a keyframe for every single.
It's not. My brick wall that I keep hitting is I don't know the software enough, and so like I've got the logo comes up. The welcome comes up, and then it goes into like the first scene where it just shows my character. But then I want it to go from like that to like a new scene where it shows all the characters playing together. But I can't do that, and I keep trying to make it so like after this frame, my guy comes over here, and then all the other ones show. But it just like it goes, yeah, sure, and it just slowly moves the character over there, and then it snaps right back. And so that's where I'm at right now, and so. Yeah, and so I'm still learning that. I've learned my lesson to not promise that it's going to happen next episode either. So I'm just letting you know that it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. We'll give updates on social media. We haven't been good about providing updates on there, but we will start giving some more updates behind the scenes stuff so that you guys can see what's going on and know that we're trying our best, this is our part-time gig. We wish we could do it full-time.
Yeah.
But we both have full-time jobs outside of this.
But I'm thinking that maybe next episode I might just make something quick and dirty to just tease the song. I know you're gonna make some innuendo about that.
I'm biting my tongue.
So you gotta get into the habit of trying not to make too many adjustments or it gets glitchy. Yeah, that's true. Very true. So I'm even at the point now where I'm kind of like, maybe I should just start over and just have all the characters there and not have them. It's very, very, very hard.
Don't give up on your dreams.
But just to give you like a little sneak peek of, or like a hint of what it's gonna be, I'll give you a hint of what the characters look like. Think Rain Man with no arms or legs, just floating hands and feet.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Except Musty's character is actually the emoji that I drew up a long time ago, the Musty mug. Only it's basically your head floating in a jar, and you're the drum player, so you have floating drumsticks, and so pretty cool.
Spoiler alert!
I think you earned a spoiler alert. Storyboard it and then be realistic. Don't try to do too much. So yeah,
that's very good advice.
Yeah, and I think you're getting pretty close with yours, aren't you? Like you've pretty much got.
I've got the idea all mapped out, and I've got the very basics set up. It's just a matter of getting it to animate how I want it to.
And then finding some video clips and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're getting very close, but we also need to remind you that we are both amateurs and we both just dipped our toes into the world of Adobe.
Yes.
So, because
my face
that doesn't
floating,
sound terrifying.
hitting drums.
Yeah, your face is in a jar, and then you have floating drumsticks outside the jar.
Can you give a preview of it on camera?
You know what? I might be able to. Let me.
Since Zombie is a VIP viewer,
we can show Zombie. Let's see here. Going through my computer.
I love that you saved it as Miss Musty.
Because it's a reference. I don't even know if Musty will get it too, but I think it's hilarious. There's a song by 7 Seconds of Love.
I have no clue.
I think it's 7 Seconds by Love, and it's called "Miss You," or it basically is about this guy talking about.
Just say okay.
That he's in love with a woman's brain that's in a jar, and her name was Miss Amel Mahey, and I don't know if you ever heard that song or not, but that's basically what I was jamming out to when I was designing your character, and so I just did it. So
you are Miss Musty. Can you go to internet view then and share it?
Yeah. So here's the internet view. Hey guys, this is our setup. This is what we look like, and let me see. Here we go. And here's your character. It's very, very simple. I try to think of it as like vector style, where it's basically you just put shapes together and make shit out of it. So your drums are basically squares and circles together, and your jar is just a bunch of
I think you
rectangles.
did an awesome job on that. I think that looks fantastic.
But the drumsticks are interesting enough.
He said looks amazing.
The drumsticks are the customized shape tool in Adobe Photoshop. And it's basically a paintbrush stamp with a teardrop stamp on the brush part, and it turns it into a drumstick for me. So that's that's your character. And I was gonna put the logo on the drums, but I can do that in After Effects.
Yeah.
But
I look like a mass murderer. That's why we had to keep your head so that we could study your brain. Because you're a mass murderer. There you go. Getting that backstory in there.
So yeah, that's your character, and
we want no. Let's just show that for now.
We're just gonna tease Musties.
Yeah, we're gonna tease Musties.
So yeah, there's your character. Very, very simple, but I think it works. I'll have you shrunk down a little bit and put you back here, and your drumsticks hitting shit. Very, very. I love designing the characters a lot. I think not the intro. What am I doing?
Whoa.
There we go.
What just happened?
Out of everything in the whole process, I loved making the characters. So, but yeah, that making the characters took like what, 2 weeks?
It took quite a while.
And then finally had to go in and learn how to animate, do like simple walking animations and stuff through Skillshare.
Hello, Carlos.
So do you guys actually celebrate Valentine's? Not in the sense that everyone else in this country does. Since we've already got like we're pretty much the result of what happens after a successful Valentine's.
Don't you have any dignity?
Yeah, don't you have any shame? You're trying to get my podcast taken off, Carlos.
Yeah, we can't show that much nudity.
Sheesh. But we basically
you didn't show a nipple, Carlos.
Well, like some years we'll like do surprises like God damn it, Carlos. We'll do surprises like cookies or like flowers or whatever for each other. I wonder, does his eyes chroma key?
No,
they're not green enough.
Can you make him watch the mouse?
Ooh, no. I think he's staring into the camera.
I think he's staring at himself on the screen.
Look, Carlos, there's the mouse.
He's staring at himself.
It's funny. He's like, what's that other cat doing?
He's just admiring his own beauty. Look, he keeps doing it.
It's so funny. Oh my God, Carlos.
Like, I can't even.
Anyways.
It's so adorable.
So, yeah.
God, I'm such a cat lady.
You are a cat lady.
God,
she is a cat lady. We have 3 cats. 3 cats. One of them we found. It was a true crazy story.
Dude, where are you going?
We had the 2. We had Carlos and we had Preston. And then one night we were going to Walmart for groceries, which was like in the middle of a cornfield at the time. And we happened to see cat eyes in a cornfield. And she literally stopped, made me open the door.
I was
she
pregnant with her son at the time.
Yeah, and she's like, "Come here, Kiki." And the cat's like, "Fuck yeah," and jumped right into the fucking car. And that's how we got Max.
Yeah, he just hopped right in.
Mm-hmm. Double their size and watch them run everything. Yep. Are you videoing him?
I'm taking a picture of him.
Oh. I think he's interested in the mouse. Like, he walked off camera so he can watch the mouse. But anyways, this episode is now going nowhere. There's his face. So yeah. Working on intros and outros. We have I have the intro of the song was made by me and Mr. Nevermind. Animation's gonna be made by me. Outro's gonna be made by Julie. We've got new logos. We're gonna design some new merch here after this weekend for the merch store. So yeah, if anybody wants to give out topics or suggestions or wants to be on the show, let us know through the Discord.
And we are going to start going back more to our old format a little bit.
A little. I think we're going to kind of blend it a little bit because I like the whole coming on here and not really having anything to talk about and just like bullshitting. But also that kind of runs into brick walls, and so
we also want some topics to talk about too. What are you laughing at him or me?
I'm laughing at him.
Oh, okay. Anyways, we got the Discord there, so you guys can go in and give us topics. You can chat with us. You can send pictures or videos or whatever you want to share with us. And if you want to guest on the show, let us know, and we'll figure out whatever you want to talk about. Those of you who are just listening to the show, which we have more listeners on our platforms than we do who come up here on Twitch. The link to our Discord is http://discord.gg/padudpz, and that will give you a link right to our Discord.
I feel like that's like the pronunciation of like like but yeah, definitely go check out our Discord.
Check out the Discord.
Don't forget to also check out our other platforms too.
Oh yeah. Let's check out these platforms once I get my mouse there.
Upload within 24 to 48 hours after our stream. So you should be able to watch or listen there. And then you can also check us out on our different social media as well for any updates, anything like that, some behind the scenes looks. Yep, you are.
That's why you give me the shit looks like, why aren't you typing these in?
So yeah, so definitely check out all of those. And then let's see, what else do we have? I feel like I'm leaving something.
We did the platforms.
We've got our merchandise. Don't forget to check out our merch store.
Check out the merch.
Like King Cord had said, is we will have some new merch dropping soon. So definitely give that, check that out. And Zombie still has to get his musty mug at some point.
Yeah.
So that you can both drink out of a musty mug at the same time, and then it's like you're in the same place.
I had to wash it, so that's why it's not up here today. Because I put some pop in it, and then
how could you?
You can't just like reuse when you use pop, you know. Like I was just doing water, and then I just like rinse it out with hot water. But once you put pop in it, you gotta wash it. So yeah, and like I said before, this weekend we're gonna redesign some. We're gonna make some new designs for the merch. Musty, I'm gonna mail out your poster and your Pez.
You're doing something on your watch.
It does that. It just randomly like zooms in. We're still learning our technology. Anyways, so yeah, everybody, thank you so much for coming to this train wreck of an episode.
It's not a train wreck of an episode, but. We definitely got off topic more often than we were on topic this time. So
I think it's much funner to be off topic to me.
Yeah.
But anyways.
In addition to our merch that we've got out there, the new merch will be releasing soon. Pretty soon, once we hear from Teespring, where we have our merch located, they have some new products that we can add as well, that we can make entirely new products.
Yes,
so
like beanies, hats, bags, backpacks, all that great stuff.
Yeah, lots of cool things.
Of course, you have to have so many people buy your merch to get that.
The more people that you have buy your merch, the sooner you get the new product rollout. So that's okay. Completely understandable, but we should be getting that soon.
So anyways, if you guys are interested, like we said before, we have past episodes on YouTube. We have recent past episodes on Twitch. Otherwise, we have all the other our other platforms like Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and
YouTube,
and YouTube as well. Check those out. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone, especially outside of America, who listen to the SoundCloud or the other platforms. Thank you, Zombiefoot Gaming, for coming. We always appreciate you. Check out Zombiefoot Gaming's channel here on Twitch. Awesome guy. Awesome streaming channel. He streams with his kid on Fortnite every once in a while. I'd like to check that out. Also, oh yeah, I forgot we made that command. Yeah, there you go. And there's his Instagram, Musty Goose.
Or on Twitch at Zombiefoot Gaming.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to switch it to the outro.
Have a good rest of your evening, guys. Thank you for listening or watching.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Now go make some sweet, sweet love to whoever your significant lover is. Have heart, because I got to do the mouth.
Today, we're talking about Mars. We're talking about Mars. Wow. And he's like, ah! No, I shouldn't do that. I could have gone more, but I'm just going to end it there.
That's pretty good. I'm just going to say something that might piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like the pork tastes just like the chicken.